Hi, it's me again. So I mentioned in my last video that I have about 1,500 pounds of last year's hay, and it's August 9th. So grass, we know, loses nutritional value starting in August. And I usually will put the horses back on full hay at will pretty much by mid-September, but I'll start tossing them hay in August. And if they're interested, they'll eat it. Um, if they're still grazing, they'll graze, even the weeds. So I mentioned in another video, I feed by weight. So let's just go over that. This time of the year, when the weather's still pleasant, you feed 1% of total body weight. So I have 3 horses, 3,300 pounds. 1% of that would be 33 pounds a day. So if I have 65-pound bales, I should be feeding them half a bale. Once it starts getting a little chillier, October, November, maybe even December, if we don't have snow until Christmas, you'll feed 1.5 to 2% of their total body weight. So for me, 65-pound bales, that would mean, October, November, December, I'm going to start feeding 1 bale a day. And that's half a bale in the morning, half a bale at night, if you feed by weight. If you're feeding hay at will, you're just giving them hay. Whatever, if you go out, 4 times a day and they don't have hay, they've cleaned up, you give them more. And sometimes I do that. Once it gets really cold, after the first snow, January, February, and even into March, you feed between 2 and 2.5% of total body weight. So that means 2.5% of total body weight, I go to 100 pounds a day for 3 horses. And that's what they need. You can feed hay at will, and a lot of people do. And when I've got a skinny mini, an older mare, maybe who's having trouble holding onto her weight, I will feed hay at will. But for financial purposes, everybody should know, because that's how I figure out how much hay I need. So I'll do a spreadsheet of how many pounds of hay do I need for the year, and then I'll divide it by the average weight of my bales to figure out that I need, 325 bales to get me from September 15th to May 1st. And by May, if you've got a good season, and we've had some good seasons the last few years, you can start transitioning your horses to grass, which is a slow process. It takes about 6 weeks for me because I'm very careful, where I will transition the horses a half hour for a week, and then they'll go up to an hour for another week, and then they'll go up to an hour and a half, 2 hours for 2 weeks before I put them on. Once they're up to 2 or 3 hours a day on grass, that's when I'll put them out on turnout, full turnout for the summer. Anyway, that's my educational video number 1, because it's pouring outside. And I still have to go get feed buckets and move them back up to the other barn. And then maybe bring feed buckets back down, because they're quite content where they are. I'm going to leave them. Okay. There'll be more.